Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book The Consolations of Philosophy. At the age of 70, the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates caused a controversy. 3 Athenians accused him. They claimed that he had disrespected the city's gods, preached frequent heresies, and used dubious rhetorical devices to bolster up his weak arguments, allowing his feeble thoughts to prevail over strong ideas. At the same time, through his dialogues, he exerted an evil influence on young people, intentionally corrupting them. At his trial, more than half of the jury agreed that this would debase the social fabric of the Athenians. Their verdict was that Socrates should be silenced. You may know that the Athenian court was not an authority intent on unveiling the truth, but a rabble hurriedly assembled from old men and war veterans, eking out a slender living as jurors. These people were not inclined to scrutinize their opinions or rationalize their judgments. They simply waited, intent on watching the court clock, a device where water trickled from one jar into another to provide a visual time frame, allowing the accused just a few minutes to deliver a speech to justify their defense. At Socrates' trial, his self-justifying speech was elegant and passionate. Notably, it has been passed on to future generations as a remarkable example of eloquently composed delivery. But the feeble and the war-wounded jury who had no judicial training were unmoved. They were even dozing off during the proceedings. The jury decided to sentence Socrates to death. The opinion of most in the jury was equal to the general truth that many detested his eloquence. Nevertheless, the court offered Socrates a chance. They would spare him execution if he willingly and publicly renounced his philosophical work. Socrates declined. At the end in his prison cell, he calmly accepted a cup of hemlock, drank it in one gulp, and died in peace. People flocked to pay their last respects to him. None could conceal their grief, seeing a man who had only shown kindness and curiosity waiting for his execution as if he were a common criminal. All his friends wept. Even Socrates' jailer was moved by the scene and had to look away at the end. Everyone present was distraught, except Socrates himself. The philosopher implored his companions to calm themselves, saying, "What a way to behave, my strange friends." Then he lay down on his back and gradually ceased his breathing. What is it that can make a person so calm that they can face death with equanimity? The answer is philosophy. We usually think of philosophy as complex and impractical. However, philosophy isn't mere games played with words by those intellectuals who inhabit ivory towers. Philosophers are fully aware of life's conundrums, challenges, and its tragedy. At its best, philosophy can be a miracle cure capable of calming the ails of the human spirit. Have you ever encountered hardships in life? Have you ever felt lonely and lived in poverty? Do you suffer pain and trauma? This book addresses a number of life's drawbacks, distress, destitution, misery, and other tribulations, gaining from the wisdom of 6 great thinkers: Socrates, Epicurus, Michel de Montaigne, Seneca, Arthur Schopenhauer, and Friedrich Nietzsche. The author gives us a delightful, easy-to-follow read, showing us how philosophy can offer our spirits consolation during some of the toughest times in life. The gifted English author Alain de Botton was born in Switzerland, but he now lives and works in the UK. In 2011, he became a Fellow of the Royal Society of Literature. Some of his most popular works include How Proust Can Change Your Life, Essays in Love, and The Romantic Movement. We have also released bookie versions of de Botton's Status Anxiety and his co-authored work Artist Therapy. In 2000, he published the international hit The Consolation of Philosophy. For a time, it was the Sunday Times #1 bestseller and has been translated into more than 20 languages. Now it is time to introduce you to this book in 4 parts, taking you into the spiritual worlds of the great philosophers. Together we will appreciate the elegance of their thought through their own stories and learn how their wisdom can bring solace to our lives. Part 1: Philosophy's Consolation for Unpopularity. Part 2: Philosophy's Consolation for Not Having Enough Money. Part 3: Philosophy's Consolation of Inadequacy. Part 4: Philosophy's Consolation for Difficulties.